Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us on this Friday here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. Well, CenturyLink is still working to repair service today after a major outage hit Montana and several other states. CenturyLink reports that a major path issue caused those outages. The company posted on their Twitter page early this morning that they do expect to have services restored sometime today. The outages impact banks, stores, local city government offices, some police stations in Montana, and satellite TV operators like DirecTV and Dish Network. CenturyLink say their engineers and technicians identified a network element that was impacting customer service and apologized for the inconvenience to its customers. Specifics on exactly what happened were not released. And because of that outage, Verizon customers in the region were experiencing problems as well. Officials at Verizon say they route their services like calls and texts through fiber lines. In our region, those lines belong to CenturyLink, so Verizon services in the area were affected as well. Well, in other news this afternoon, the partial government shutdown of the federal government is now in its 7th day, and it may go on for a while after negotiations to end it through funding of a border wall have fallen apart. Mola Lenghi has the latest from the White House.
Acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says negotiations to end the partial government shutdown, now in its 7th day, appear to have hit a wall.
We made an offer last Saturday night. They told us that they'd get back to us by the end of the week. They got back to us last night and said, we're leaving. That's it, no more discussions. So the discussions have broken down.
Mulvaney and the Vice President met with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer to seek agreement about funding a border wall. The president initially demanded $5 billion.
On Saturday afternoon, we sat down with Mr. Schumer and gave him a number below 5. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Senator Schumer said in a statement last night the two sides are very far apart. Despite a willingness to negotiate, President Trump appears to be doubling down on the issue. In an early morning tweet, he threatened to completely close the southern border until he gets a wall. About 420,000 essential employees like Border Patrol officers, TSA agents, and law enforcement remain on the job. Mulvaney says their paychecks will be issued today.
It's a little frustrating because as a federal worker, you feel sometimes like you're hostage to this.
Instead of doing his job, Federal Aviation Engineering Technician John Martin is one of 380,000 federal employees sitting at home.
When there's not they can't come to a conclusion on their own, we shouldn't be penalized for that. And it's frustrating and it hurts.
The shutdown will likely continue until the next Congress convenes on January 3rd. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, the White House.
And back here in Montana, a bizarre story out of Butte. A man is in the hospital after making threats, firing a gun, and then leaping from a second-story window. The man first entered the Butte Police Department saying he was in danger, then walked across the street to a nearby building. Employees were told to leave after police say the man mentioned he would shoot anybody who wasn't wearing a badge. After employees escaped, the man began firing out of the second-story window. After firing 4 or 5 rounds, he then jumped out of the window, severely injuring himself. The reasons for his actions are still under investigation. And in Billings, a 27-year-old man is in custody after police say he stole and then crashed a Jaguar. Skylar Littlelight was arrested after he fled from police shortly before 4:30 on Thursday. Police thought he was a wanted felon, which they say is why they went after him. Littlelight then ran a red light at the intersection of South 24th Street West and Monad Road, hitting a work truck, which then spun out and hit a Nissan Xterra. Littlelight ran from the Jaguar and then tried to get into another vehicle, but was arrested first. One person was transported to the hospital with minor injuries after that incident. And now we'll turn things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, another long weekend on the way. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, we've got some mixed conditions too, Sammy, as we take a look. We're going to start off a little bit different than we're going to end as far as the weekend is concerned. Temperatures are going to be warming up today only to the 20s, fairly quiet, but then it gets cold overnight. We'll show you that. By Saturday and Sunday, warmer but strong winds down the East Mountain slopes and some snow, especially for western Montana. And it could be really cold again as we get into early next week. Winds will be a big part of the forecast for eastern Montana. A lot of those wind gusts could be picking up down the east slopes to 60 to 70 miles an hour. And you can see it's pretty widespread across the eastern plains as well. And a lot of that wind continues on Sunday as a cold front moves in. All the details on the forecast coming up.
Well, Montana has a new millionaire, and unfortunately it's not Ed and I. The Montana Lottery drew the winning ticket for the 2018 Montana Millionaire game this morning. The winning ticket number is 106109. We are told the winning ticket was sold at the McPhinney's on 17th Street West in Billings. The lucky ticket was sold on November 30th. The game sold out in record time this year. Lottery officials say the 150,000 tickets had been sold by December 5th, the earliest date in the game's 12-year history. For a complete list of all the prizes, including early bird winners, head over to the Montana Lottery's website. And we are just days away from 2019, and there are some laws changing in Montana you'll want to know about. One of them will give a boost to minimum wage workers. Governor Steve Bullock says Montanans earning minimum wage will see a 20-cent increase to $8.50 an hour. Bullock previously said that Montana ranks among a handful of states where each year workers making minimum wage get to take home a little extra in their paychecks. In 2006, Bullock led a ballot initiative approved by Montana voters to raise the minimum wage and require that wage to be adjusted annually for inflation. The Montana Department of Labor estimates 8,200 Montana workers will receive higher wages due to the 2019 minimum wage increase. And if you don't have a passport for airport travel, you'll want to get your real ID. Appointments will begin on January 7th. These are some of the commercials reminding us the date is coming up. Over the last couple of years, the state of Montana has been working toward implementation and compliance with the Real ID Act. Real ID compliant driver's licenses have a gold star in the right upper hand corner. Montana Real IDs are required to fly domestically and for access to federal facilities by October of 2020. You can make an appointment with your local motor vehicle division office to get the new ID. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. Coming up, a look back at this year in entertainment. But first, Ed has a full weekend forecast. We'll be right back.
Watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.